Hi friends, Andy Vegan. Today is my veggie meal. I have two a day, one veggie meal and one fruit meal. That's the base of my daily menu. And it's pretty cool. The rest I can, snack whatever I like, make anything else. Yeah, but the greens and the fruit, that's absolutely a must. I mean, it's easy to do that. I don't eat every day, but that just to have a rule of thumb. Today is a dark leafy green. They are among the healthiest. I mean, dark leafy greens are actually the healthiest of all our foods. Yeah? I just updated my science knowledge. Went back to Dr. Greger to nutritionfacts.org. There he has always the latest science with a team, all voluntaries. They have voluntarians. They have a huge team of scientists, and they say they read all scientific studies about health that are published in English language. So it's a huge amount. It's basically all science we have. And then they make a choice. What is the most important debate right now? And then they give a collection of, and that's very interesting. And you have, for example, a question about vegetables or dark leafy greens or so. What is the healthiest vegetable? Then you find science where it is explained and where they make big studies about what is the healthiest. And dark leafy greens definitely the healthiest. And I looked it up recently about spinach. I was a little bit in doubt. And they said something really amazing. Spinach is one of the healthiest things for cancer prevention, of course, and so it's a wonderful thing to eat a green spinach salad. And it is so nice because these leaves here, they are the spinach leaves. They are actually have a gentle flavor. They're not bitter. Yeah, they have even a little bit sweet flavor is in there. This is a bunch of spinach. They sell it like that. Here's a little root here in the earth. I cut it off because it's a little bit dirty, and I wash the rest. I spin it off a little bit, the water, and it always depends. A vegetable spinner, a salad spinner, would take off all the water after washing, because they have to get rid of the sand here, the earth. So, but if you have a dressing that is a little bit creamier, like my dressing is shown in a moment, then it's not necessary to make it that dry, because with a little bit water around the salad leaves, you can also leave it on and dilute the dressing a little bit when it's too creamy. Otherwise, you make the dressing a little bit runnier. You put some water into the dressing. So either way. So this time I don't need to make it that dry. What I do now is I cut it into small stripes, so like that. I just put it all together on a cutting board and cut it down. And that's all I need to do. I cleanse the spinach. I shake a little bit the water off. And then I cut it into these small pieces. The stems, everything can be eaten. They have wonderful flavor. And that is the most important part about how to make the spinach salad. Because you don't need to do so much to get this delicious, because it is already delicious. You can eat these leaves, like that. They're not bitter. That is oftentimes the problem with a salad, with greens, that it is a little bit bitter. And in that case, you have to take care a little bit with the other ingredients. You need a nice dressing to make it really nice. And so if it's too bitter, it doesn't taste well. You don't want to eat it. But with spinach, that is easy. That's also a reason why I like spinach so much. And here is my spinach salad. Here, is a lot, right? It's a lot of spinach. That's enough for a day. Here, the greens, for sure. Something fell down. I will wash it later again. Put it later. Uh-oh. Sorry. So, spinach, and I'll put an onion, a tomato on it. I have here a nice tomato. This is a heirloom tomato. These are nice in wedges here. It's one tomato. They are pretty large here. And they are perfect together with spinach. And just looking at it, you will see it is a beautiful color contrast, the red and the green. Couldn't be more beautiful. So that already tells me it might also be delicious. And of course, I mean, tomato and spinach together, wonderful. And then what is both nice, very nice with both of these is onion. I have here a half onion, cut it into small pieces, and it gives a really nice crunch to these crunchy spinach leaves. And the onions are sharp, of course, and as the spinach is a little bit sweet and very gentle in flavor, nutty, the onions are perfect with spinach, even if they're a little bit sharp. With the spinach and tomatoes, they are watery and they water down the sharp flavor of the onions. So onions are also perfect with tomato salad. Just tomatoes, onion, dressing, done. Wonderful. So that's all. And for the main 3 ingredients here, I don't need more to make it complex, you know. With 2 ingredients, would be a little bit dull maybe. With 3 ingredients, you have so much more variety. The 3 is really a nice leap in complexity to make the magic happen on the tongue, the palate. And here I have a topping. I just make it a little more fancy. I have some cedric nuts. I like pine nuts. They are more inexpensive than pine nuts, have a similar flavor, like these like the evergreens. Yeah, they have this nice flavor, you know, evergreens have this strong forest flavor, and they are like that, cedric nuts, pine nuts in this way. They're very soft. That's nice because I would put nuts into the salad or seeds here, whatever, because when I thought about using hazelnuts, for example, and then I thought, but imagine what would happen if you eat a tomato at the same time you bite on a hazelnut. I would say it might not fit, but that's up to you. When you decide if you want to put a nut in there, what kind of nut you would take. I thought about maybe walnuts could work. Yes, okay, it's soft. And pine nuts is a classic here for tomatoes and spinach because pine nuts are very soft. Soft nuts, they're high in fat, very soft, and they fit nice together with a tomato. Tomato is, you know, when you bite into a tomato, a lot of water is there. And what happens when you bite into a tomato physically, that would not go together with the hazelnut. There's a hard crunch, and when you bite on a hazelnut, it makes crunch. And when you do this crunching, you don't feel the tomato anymore. You are only focusing on the hazelnut. And so the tomato vanishes. So the beauty of the tomato is not there anymore if you have the hazelnut. That's how I would explain it, you know, the texture question. So that's why if you bite on a little soft nut here, the tomato is still there. You bite on a tomato and a soft pine nut or a cedric nut, and everything works out. That's how I would explain why I would prefer a cedric nut here, a soft nut, kind of nut, together with a tomato, rather than a hard nut like a hazelnut. They're very hard and crunchy. But just to give you an idea how I feel about it, if you prefer hazelnuts here, go ahead, yeah, no problem. But for me, I would say, you know, rather not. And you ask me, I'm the chef. So here I have some of the nuts as a decoration. I leave that when the salad is prepared, ready and on a plate. I put some nuts on top to make it nicer, just to make it more beautiful. And here's my dressing. That is a sour cashew cream dressing. Very simple, with cashew nuts, apple cider vinegar, pepper, salt, and a little bit of garlic and water. And that's already done. And you can also watch a video how I make this, the sour cashew cream dressing. It's linked under this video, what you're watching right now. And I show you what the dressing looks like when I put it on the salad. What I always do, I make a dressing ahead of time, maybe a little bit more than I need, and then I can quickly make a salad anytime. You know, here, that's what it looks like. I just pour it over my spinach salad, all of the ingredients. Whoops. Yeah. It was just the right amount for this salad, I would say. You see, it's a little bit creamier because when you make a cashew cream dressing, for example, you put it in the refrigerator, it can get a little bit creamier because the cashew nuts are still soaking. They soak some time. So this time it's a little bit more creamy. But that's why I let some more water on the spinach leaves. So now, when the spinach leaves are watery a little bit with some droplets, they will dilute the dressing and make it a little bit more runny, and that's what I want. So that's why you can always do a little improvisation and adjust how you prepare the ingredients to make a dressing fitting. Otherwise, I would have put some water into the dressing to make it runnier, and then I have to season a little bit, maybe with some salt or a little more vinegar or so, or pepper. That's an easy thing to do. And also with the spinach here, it is easy because the leaves of the spinach are pretty firm, so they don't mash up that easily. So the dressing will not harm the salad leaves. When you have a very tender leafy green like a lettuce or so, it can be that you put a dressing on the lettuce and then the dressing destroys the leaves, the beauty of the leaves, the freshness. And that's not easy. That's easier with spinach because it has these crunchy leaves. And that's what it is here today. What I have is my spinach salad, and it is a new salad. I never made this one before. Actually, that's always happening when I have a new dressing. I can use the new dressing on many of my salad combinations I have. The salad variations like here, spinach, tomato, and onion. It's a classic here in my kitchen, and I can use it with very different dressings. I make all the time new recipes, just changing one part. One dressing, many salads. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoy. If you like my video, subscribe MD Vegan on YouTube, have another recipe every single day, and find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.